Welcome to the Bravo Charlie Club podcast. I'm Richard and he's
Ben,
Ben. So here we are, episode number 0, the pilot.
the pilot, and we're not here because this is easy. We are here because we thought it would be easy.
We did. Uh, so,
Tell me, Richard, what you been up to? What are the listeners in for today?
yeah, I guess lately I've been doing some traveling actually. Spent a few weeks in Asia with the family, which was nice.
Plenty of listeners would love travel too, and I think when we travel, we're always looking for a tip, a hack, a speedy way of doing things, or a great insight. Tell me, have you got something for us?
Travel tips, travel hacks, yes. So I've got two today.
Two.
Two, yeah. Travel hack number 1 is I just take one universal adapter and a power board, and it just works great because you can continue to plug all your normal devices and things into the power board and charge everything up on the go. So when you're moving with the family, that's really helpful. And travel tip number 2 is when traveling for business and you've got to, iron some shirts or something for work the next day, I always do a test iron on a hotel towel.
The test iron.
The test iron. Those hotel irons are often dodgy. They can have junk or rust or something in them, or some sticky stuff on the bottom. I mean, who knows?
Usually all three.
I'm pretty sure someone's ironed sandwiches with an iron that I've picked up before.
Oh, so you've stayed in the same hotel rooms that I've been in previously.
I think so. So, they're my two travel tips. How about you, Ben?
Well, let me just
travel
unpack
heaps for
that.
work.
Yeah, I do travel a fair bit for work. I just want to unpack this ironing tip first. Why can't you just put the iron straight onto the ironing board cover? Why are you pulling out a towel?
Oh, yeah. I've had them that have had rust and stuff in them. I think that, people use them, they get filled up with water, and then they just can sit there for ages and ages and ages. And anyway, you go to use the steam function and just all this kind of orange gunk comes out. So you don't want to have that on the board, especially if you're sort of ironing white shirts or something. So hotel towel. Yeah. It's the sacrifice. The sacrifice I'm prepared to make.
Well, if you've loaded up with 2 travel tips, I guess I'll have to revert with 2. My first one is don't travel with stuff you have to iron.
That is a good tip.
In case Richard is in there destroying irons ahead of you. The second one is the propensity I think travellers have to open their bags in the hotel room and just let it explode across the room.
Oh, yeah.
And I think so when Hugh Jackman was interviewed about how he stayed in shape to be Wolverine, and if you remember the movies, he was an absolute beast. He was a specimen of a man. And his response was, I never really get out of shape, which I think is a wonderful parlay into how I pack and unpack in a hotel room, because I never really unpack in a hotel room. If you can't leave a hotel room in 30 seconds, you've taken too much stuff out of your bag. So consider myself the Hugh Jackman of hotel travel.
Nice. I was wondering how you're going to tie that back in at the end there. Nice one.
So my tip is don't really unpack. Like, you put your toiletry bag in the bathroom and don't unpack it, but just leave the stuff in it. But, just pull from your bag as you need it. And that way you're not having to worry if you've left something behind, which is the mental fatigue which you could get with travel. So
that's what I do. I always, I think I've lost count of how many chargers and cables and stuff I've left in hotel rooms.
Yeah, there's a cost. So there we are. Travel done. Topic away. And, I think the next topic that I'd like to unpack is technology. And let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's just go for it. AI. How does it work? I know you've got some background in this one. What is it? Should I be scared? Talk me through it.
The fascinating thing I find with AI is just how quickly it's being adopted into general society. So, in case in point, I was around at Mum's place yesterday, 80-year-old grandma, and she is she's asking me, she's like, Richard, I want to get Chat GTP installed. Now, aside from the kind of
Got
like
the
stumbling a
acronym.
little bit on the name. It is a tricky name.
She got the three letters. Give her a break.
Yeah,
You know what she's
they're
talking
kind of
about.
like,
AI would have known what she wanted.
and then she asks you, what does that mean? And then you tell her, and she's not really any of the ways. But the thing is, so her friends are using it, right? And so she wants to get it installed on her iPad. So I say, okay, ChatGPT, that's a pretty good one. There's a few other ones that are great too. I mean, I use Claude as well, so here's Claude. I'll get that installed for you. She's not interested in Claude. She wants ChatGPT because that's the one that's the brand that her friends use, just for just navigate things, right? Sort of she's 80, starting to get a few medical conditions. She can use it to help come up with questions that she should ask the doctor. So yeah, it's getting out there.
So you're already ahead of me, and in fact, your mother's already ahead of me because I don't know who Claude is, and I'm familiar with ChatGPT. So when you hear AI and the bucket of artificial intelligence, you sort of assume there's this sort of person in the background pulling all the strings. But if you've got ChatGPT and you've got Claude and you've got some others, I assume there's actually a number of people pulling strings in that
Yeah, there's
regard.
a whole bunch of them. Yeah. There's probably over 50, maybe even nudging 100 different
Right.
large language models that you can use out there. Different sorts of AI, I guess, or predictive text
And,
apps.
and if I don't know anything, and is there is there a first one that I should just try just to to have a go? I'm sure there's free trials and things available. Like, is there
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that look, just go and have a crack at this one?
I mean, ChatGPT, it's probably the biggest one, and it's certainly really easy to use. It's conversational. You just get in there and start typing. Or in Mum's case, you just get in there and start talking to it. It's got a microphone in it. You install the app, just click on the microphone, send it your question, record your question, click send, and then it comes back with some text. So super easy to use. She doesn't even have to type. You can. It's a bit of a hassle typing on the iPad keyboard, but yeah, just record it, send it, and so while we were there, we asked it to find some medical practitioners around the area she lives. Asked it to the best pizza restaurants and give a few reviews and stuff like that. Aced it. Easy stuff.
And the secret sauce is how you prompt AI, if I understand correctly. It's how you question and have dialogue. Is that a
It
fair
is.
comment?
It takes some time to build up a bit of a history of conversations with someone before you start to, um, I guess, get deep, deep value out of it. And you want to go onto the paid version so that it remembers the context. If you use the free versions, you're kind of like just starting from scratch all the time, which is fine if you've just got general sort of questions. If you spend hundreds and hundreds of hours talking to it and things like that, then yeah, ante up to pay the $20 a month or whatever it is.
So if you've got a basic request like creating a logo for a new podcast that you're starting,
Oh,
the free
great idea,
version.
Ben.
Yeah. Ah, very good. Okay, so don't be scared. Now, technology inherently replaces old technology. So what does AI replace? Like, is the internet as we know it gone? Like, what is
I
it
think
replacing?
it's fascinating. It means that you can go further quicker. So, like in my role, I do a lot of system architecture type stuff, which is invariably a lot of research, really, it's kind of like context specific research. So, you have a problem or you're trying to craft a solution, you'll spend quite a bit of time researching up different angles for that and trying to hold the sort of context of the problem in your head. AI is a real force multiplier for that type of work. Because you can work through problems quickly, suggest alternate scenarios, you can sort of, bounce things off it backwards and forwards, help sharpen up ideas, those kinds of things. And then when you have to put something together, you prompt it for the best way to communicate ideas. So, yeah, it's super helpful in sort of plowing through that. I don't know if it's grunt work, but plowing through the sort of the fast start. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Well, a lot of unbelievably useful information there from Richard. There you have it, folks. Don't be scared of AI. Embrace it. Our
Like
listener
Richard's mum.
promise, Richard, yeah, ring Richard's mum. Our listener promise is 12 and a half minutes of quality information. And believe it or not, we're 11 minutes in. So we need to already wind it up. And I think the last thing that I'd love to touch on is the conundrum of the week. And I
Conundrum of the
really need
week.
to unpack this one with you. My conundrum of the week. So, yeah. Is it okay to do someone else's jigsaw puzzle? You walk into someone's house and they've got a table out and it's got a partially finished jigsaw puzzle there. Like, is it okay just to find a few pieces for them, or is that sacrosanct space that we need to observe?
So here's how I treat that. I treat that a little bit like how I treated biscuits in share house living in my younger years. So if it's not your packet of biscuits, you can't open the packet of biscuits. But if the packets of biscuits are open, you can't eat the last one.
Very nice solution. Well
So
sold. Oh,
that's my solution. I don't know. What's your solution?
I think you need to ask. I
You
think
need to
there's two
ask.
types of jigsaw puzzles. There's
Oh,
someone
yeah.
who's enjoying a puzzle and they're enjoying the process and they are just working their way through it, laying bricks or laying pieces. And then there's the one where they're like, oh God, I wish someone would help me out with this.
Yeah.
So I think it's a two pronged attack on that one.
Could depend how
So
much dust is on the top of it as well.
you're right. You're right. The dust test might be a third way to understand. So we've got the biscuit test, the two-pronged test, and the dust test. That's how we've solved the conundrum of the week this week, folks. That's all we have time for. That's the Bravo Charlie Club pilot episode coming straight at you. I'm sure there's a way to get in touch. We'll roll out on socials over the coming weeks and look forward to talking to you again next week. Got anything to close out with, Richard?
That's it. Thanks for listening/watching. See you in episode 1.
Okay. Good on you. Thanks, guys.